Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Analyst says expect XRP biblical rally in Q4 2025 before a 90% crash. Okay guys, let's get into it. Okay, so thought I'd cover this because we are obviously in Q4 now, and we did get what we needed as part of us going into a potential bull run, which is the rate cuts. So that's one thing ticked off the box that could hopefully lead to some real good price action coming up. And yeah, this is just something that I wanted to discuss in general, but also I want to discuss the latter part of it when he talked about the crash. So that's something I really want to get into as well, because if we do have this all season rally, if it really is like around the corner, there's things that you just got to be prepared for. So I do want to just go through this and have a quick conversation with you guys. Okay, so who's the chart analyst in question? The chart analyst is JD. Covered him on my channel before, not someone who I follow or anything like that, but I've seen previous claims that he's made in articles like this. So someone who I wouldn't say necessarily familiar with because I don't follow him enough in that regard, but someone whose name I've heard before. And yeah, he's basically saying, you know, I'm not going to get into like the nitty gritty of it because it's all basically chart analysis, which I only know like the basics, so I'm not going to get too much into that. But the long story short is he's looking at the charts, and for him, it's saying that everything is looking bullish for XRP to have a very big rally Q4, right? So the general sentiment here, is that going to happen? Look, I can't say for sure. Obviously, I don't know 100%. If you was to ask me, you know, a forefront guess, everything is looking in line. When I look at a lot of analysts, they are all saying the same thing. Everyone has said the bull run is still in play. We have seen that the market has started to move up a bit since the rate cuts. We are having a bit of an up and down period. So, you know, once again, it's not completely just, you know, straight to the moon or anything like that. But it's looking more positive. And at the end of the day, when you look at some of the cryptos around, like Bitcoin is still, you know, roughly around like 100 and I want to say like 115 or 16 the last time I checked. XRP still roughly around $3, around that kind of range, you know, give or take a few cents, etc. You know, a lot of cryptos are still kind of around these areas where there's not been no significant drops, right? So to me, it does look like this is just a consolidation period. That's what I would be thinking. But I'm not a chart analyst, so obviously, you know, this is just take it for what it's worth. This is just going on my experience and just, you know, looking at what the charts seem like and just listening to what chart analysts are actually saying. So, yeah, look, at the end of the day, a lot of people have predicted that this all season is coming very shortly. Obviously, I'm hoping that is the case. As I say, going by what I have seen and what I have heard, I am more inclined to believe that is the case. I haven't sold anything at the moment because I do believe it is going to go higher. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm banking on it going higher. So I'm waiting. I'm not selling or anything like that. But yeah, like this is typically how it works. What you have got to understand in bull runs, like it's not just straight up the whole time. Like it does have dips. It does have peaks and, you know, highs and lows like that. That's the way it does go. So the one thing I will say is don't think because, you know, the market's not just roaring and everything's just completely going up, up, up. That doesn't mean that, you know, the bull run is done or anything like that. Not at this stage anyway. So I'm not saying that couldn't change. Like we couldn't have like a black swan event or something along those lines. But as it stands right now, everything is still in place for a bull run to happen is what I'm seeing. And I'm more inclined to believe that as well. So, very exciting times. Like this is literally what we have been waiting for. So I am obviously hoping that it does come very soon because I'm not gonna lie, I am just ready at this point. Like I'm good to go at this stage to try and get some wealth. So yeah, I'm hoping it does come sooner rather than later. But the next thing I did want to discuss is the 90% crash that was discussed here. And the reason why I wanted to discuss this is because, you know, when you are in a bull run, like when alt season, well, let's say when/if alt season does happen, you've got to understand that you will be blinded by emotions, right? And that's something that I just want to make you guys aware of. So I've seen it before, you know, when you're in like a bull run, you don't really think the market's ever going to go down. You feel like this time is different, as I say, famous last words. You think, you know, the SEC are pro crypto, you know, everything's going good. This is never going to go down now. And, you know, there's always a different thing you can say, right? So in the previous bull run, it was that DeFi was doing so good. We was on the verge of getting good adoption, from banks, etc. Like there's always something that they're saying as to why the price won't go down. And the truth of the matter is it will, it will. At the end of the day, this is how it works. Like if you look at all the previous bull runs, that's what happens. You have your bull run, like you have your big alt season rally, etc. Then you have your blow off top, which is like the final euphoria, the final push for like all these altcoins going to all-time highs. And then you go into a bear market. It has its pump, and then what comes up must come down. It basically drops dramatically, and usually cryptos do lose up to 90%. That is typically what happens. So while I can't guarantee this, of course, so please understand that I can't say for certain that this will happen. This is going by historical data after everything that's happened in all the previous bull runs. So, it's like I'm talking here from a lot of experience that I can draw from, right? That's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of historical data that you can use that will tell you how this goes in the end. So the one thing I do just want you guys to be aware of is to just be careful, because I know when you're in the midst of a bull run and you are in the euphoria, like it is hard to see the end coming, especially when it's all so high at the time. Like it happens very quickly. So it's not like you get like more and more, warnings that it's coming. Like at that time, everything's going great. And the thing is with the alt season as well, it's like, it's hard to pick something wrong. Like it's hard to pick a bad crypto. So you feel like you're like this genius because, you're thinking, okay, what should I invest in next? What should I put some money into? You put some money into something, it goes up crazy. Like, yes, like I knew it. Like, I'm a genius. I knew, I know what I'm doing here. And it's not that you're doing any genius takes. It's just that the whole market is in euphoria. So everybody's just buying into everything. Everybody's just here, just spending money, hoping to make money. And it's just a state of complete madness. That's really what it is. And as I say, eventually the bubble will pop. And then typically you're going to just have this huge drawdown, and then you're in a bear market. Like you got to understand, like for the people who've been around the block for a little while now, you guys should know this because it's taken us this long to get here, right? Like some of you guys have probably been watching my content for months, if not maybe years. And so it takes a while to get to that position, right? And now we're here. Yes, it is going to go up, but it will, I'm quite confident that it will come down too. So I just wanted to say that because I know a lot of people are waiting for this moment, and it is easy to get sucked in. It is very easy to get sucked in, but just understand that if we're going by historical data, this is what always occurs. We have the huge rally, and then it just retraces and you lose all that value, it just goes. That is typically how the market works. So be prepared for that too, because you could miss out on your opportunity if you just keep thinking the market's just going to keep going higher. So you just, waiting for this higher and higher price point, waiting to sell. And then you could be waiting for too long, and then you've missed your chance, and then you've gone into a bear market, and that's it. You've had your opportunity. It's gone. You've missed it. So that's the thing that I'm just trying to prepare you for. So, as I say, everything's looking good from what I'm seeing. I'm not a chart analyst, so please understand I'm going by other people, not just like my own, my own theories here. I'm hoping this is it. I really am. It is looking good. It's looking very promising. I am very excited. So, my money is on that it is happening. But yeah, just get prepared, guys, and just understand that, what goes up must come down. So have that plan in place, because you don't want to be sitting here left thinking that you really messed up an opportunity, because they don't come along often, right? Like this has taken 4 years to get to this position. So it's not something where you can really just think, oh, okay, I'll just wait for the next one. You can, but it's a long grind, right? It is very long and draining. So make the most of the opportunity while you can, if you choose to do so. Good luck. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.